What if the man everyone mocked as a homeless wanderer was secretly the owner of the biggest business empire in the city? And what if the only person who treated him with kindness would soon discover a truth that would leave the entire nation speechless? Stay with me, because this story proves that the richest hearts are often hidden beneath the poorest clothes. The crowd froze as a stylish businesswoman stepped forward and slapped the ragged-looking man across the face. "So you've been following me again," she shouted. Phones were instantly raised, eager to capture another public humiliation. The man calmly replied, "Ma'am, you've misunderstood the situation." But no one cared to listen. Laughter spread through the lobby while security watched from a distance. Just as he quietly turned to leave, a company employee rushed after him, whispering urgently, "Sir, the board is falling apart. One word from you and everything changes." The man simply smiled and answered, "Not yet. Let them show me who they truly are first." No one around them realized they had just mocked the true owner of the entire company. News of the mysterious owner's possible return spread across the city, throwing Kingston Global into panic. Inside the boardroom, ambitious executives argued over who should take control, convinced the missing chairman would never come back. Meanwhile, the same quiet stranger wandered through a busy neighborhood until the delicious smell of homemade food stopped him. A cheerful young woman named Sophia greeted every customer with a smile despite her exhausting day. Noticing the tired man standing nearby, she gently asked, "Have you eaten today?" He tried to refuse, but Sophia handed him the last hot meal from her stall anyway. When he offered his few remaining coins, she pushed his hand back with a smile. "Keep it. No one should sleep hungry." Her kindness caught him off guard. Looking into her eyes, he softly said, "People like you are becoming rare." For the first time in months, Ethan felt someone had seen him as a human being instead of judging his appearance. The following afternoon, Ethan returned to Sophia's food stall, hoping to thank her once again. Before he could finish his meal, a wealthy businessman named Adrian arrived with several friends. The moment Adrian noticed Ethan's worn-out clothes, his face filled with disgust. "Why is someone like him eating here?" he asked loudly. The restaurant fell silent. Adrian then offered Sophia a tempting deal. "Ask him to leave, and I'll buy every meal you sell this week. I'll even help expand your business." Everyone expected Sophia to accept immediately. Instead, she looked at Ethan, then calmly replied, "Respect isn't something I sell." Adrian's smile disappeared. Embarrassed in front of everyone, he warned her, "One day you'll regret choosing a stranger over your future." Sophia didn't back down. "I'd rather lose money than lose my conscience." As Adrian stormed away, Ethan quietly watched her, realizing that her kindness wasn't an act, it was simply who she was. At that moment, he silently decided that if anyone deserved to know the real Ethan one day, it was Sophia. That evening, Sophia found Ethan sitting alone outside after closing her food stall. The night air had turned cold, so she brought him an old blanket from home. Ethan hesitated. "If you give this to me, you'll have nothing extra." Sophia smiled. "I have a roof over my head. That's already a blessing." As they talked, Ethan shared small pieces of his past without revealing his identity. "I once made decisions that affected thousands of families," he said. Sophia laughed softly, thinking he was joking, but something in his voice sounded sincere. Elsewhere, inside Kingston Global, Michael and Adrian secretly celebrated. They believed Ethan had vanished forever and finalized a plan to seize complete control of the company. They agreed that anyone still loyal to the missing owner had to be removed immediately. Hidden nearby, Daniel quietly gathered evidence of every illegal transfer and forged document. Meanwhile, Ethan looked up at the stars and whispered to himself, "The time is coming, but not yet." The truth is far more powerful when the guilty believe they've already won. The next morning, Ethan gave the little food he had to a hungry child before quietly walking away. From a nearby car, Adrian witnessed everything. Instead of feeling guilty, his jealousy grew even stronger. Furious that Sophia continued choosing Ethan over wealth, he secretly hired 4 men to scare him away for good. That night, as Ethan walked through a quiet street, the attackers surrounded him. "Our boss wants you out of Sophia's life," one of them warned. Ethan remained calm. "You still have time to leave peacefully." They laughed and rushed toward him, but within seconds, Ethan skillfully defended himself, avoiding serious harm while forcing the attackers to flee. He arrived at Sophia's home with a few bruises on his face. Shocked, she immediately cleaned his wounds and asked who had done this. Ethan simply smiled and replied, "Sometimes helping the right people creates the wrong enemies." Sophia looked at him with concern and said, "Next time, don't carry your burdens alone. Friends are meant to stand together." Hearing those words, Ethan realized he had finally found someone worthy of his complete trust. By sunrise, rumors about Sophia and the homeless man had spread across social media. Someone had secretly taken their photos and posted them online with cruel captions. Customers began whispering, strangers mocked her in the streets, and even her own family begged her to walk away before the gossip ruined their lives. Then another blow arrived. City officials delivered a notice claiming Sophia's food stall license had been suspended. She had only a few days to shut everything down. Moments later, Adrian appeared with a confident smile and placed a suitcase full of cash in front of her. "Take this money," he said. "Leave Ethan, and your problems disappear." Sophia looked at the suitcase, then pushed it back without hesitation. "Money can rebuild a business," she replied, "but it can't repair a guilty conscience." From a distance, Ethan watched everything in silence. Her loyalty had passed every test. Turning to Daniel, he quietly said, "Prepare the board meeting. The time to reveal the truth has finally come. Tomorrow, everyone will discover who the real beggar was, and who the real villains have always been." The emergency board meeting began with reporters gathered outside Kingston Global, waiting for history to unfold. Inside, Michael confidently stood up. "If Ethan Kingston doesn't return today, I officially become chairman." Before anyone could vote, the conference room doors slowly opened. Every conversation stopped. The homeless man everyone had ignored walked in wearing a tailored suit. Daniel announced, "Please welcome the rightful owner of Kingston Global, Mr. Ethan Kingston." Silence filled the room. Ethan calmly placed the original ownership papers, financial records, and evidence of fraud on the table. One by one, every forged signature and illegal transfer was exposed. Within minutes, security escorted Michael and his partners out in handcuffs. Later that day, Ethan visited Sophia. She looked at him in disbelief. "You were Ethan Kingston, all this time?" He smiled gently. "I hid my wealth because I wanted to discover who valued character more than money. You never asked what I owned, you only cared whether I had eaten." With tears in her eyes, Sophia smiled. Ethan then handed her the keys to a beautiful restaurant built in her late father's honor before getting down on one knee. "Will you spend the rest of your life with me?" Without hesitation, Sophia whispered, "Yes." Sometimes, one small act of kindness can change 2 lives forever. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more emotional stories.